Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. My name is Anna. So, I'm sure that all you guys have seen the little suitcase that is available at Aliexpress, and I just think it is the cutest little suitcase I have seen in die form. But it is, I have to know that there is more than one use to something. And, once you open this up, that's it. I mean, you open it up and you can't really save it. So I thought, because look at that. It just stays open, but it's such a cute little suitcase. And this is one that I, was playing around with because I had seen other videos saying that they, you can only use them one time. And I said, well, let me see if I can't do something about that. So I was playing with the die. I cut it out. I made the box, and yeah, it's a one-time use. It's an amazing concept for you to put your goodies in there, and people rip it open and find the contents in there. That's really, really cute. But I want to be able to have the recipient use it more than once and, maybe store some stuff in there or something like that. They probably couldn't re-gift it, but they could probably still use it. So what I did is I went ahead and I took all the parts, all the dies, and this one, of course, you have to cut twice, and I have done just that. I cut two dies, two pieces with this one die, and then you cut one of each on these, and I have done that. I cut one of each. Oh, wrong one. I have cut one of each on these dies, and you need that, of course. And then this is the bottom. I cut one bottom piece. And then these are the little, this is the little handle. This is the part that holds your handle down. And these are the little round pieces that, your little connector pieces. And I know that's hard to see because I cut it out of craft paper. But those are your connector pieces. And then this one is your little decorative piece that goes on the front. I have, however, on this, I did, and then of course I did not cut out, I didn't cut this out because I'm gonna assemble the box and then we're gonna open it together. So I'm not gonna decorate it. But I did go ahead and assemble this that goes on top of the suitcase, okay? So besides what I have shown you, you need to cut a strip of paper. I again used the poster board. I cut a poster board. Okay, so this one is 11 inches long by 1.5 inch tall. Okay, so that is an extra piece that I cut. And I also cut another piece, again, from the craft paper. And this one is 4 inches long by 1 inch thick. Okay. So those are the only two additional pieces that I have cut from the die. Okay. So we're going to put this together. Okay. So I went ahead and moved the dies out of the way. So all I've done here is I have gone ahead and pre-folded my my score lines, and then I, fanned them back out. So we're not going to use that right now. And what I am going to do is I'm going to put it together. Let me see if I can't zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put this together, but I am going to tell you that on the back piece, you need to, I scored at 1/2 inch from this score line. I put a score line, and you'll see why in a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and put this together, and I'm going to try to stay in frame. It's not easy, but I'm going to try to stay in frame, and I am going to fast forward this part because, I mean, you know, you just don't need to, I mean, it's easy to put together. So for these, I went ahead and rounded these a little bit because that is what goes around this part. And this one I left alone, and the other two pieces I cut, I left alone. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting them together. So the way they go together is I'm going to start here. I'm going to, this is the top part of your suitcase, and this is the bottom. So this is going to go this way, okay? Your tabs go on the top of the suitcase, and then the other one is going to go on the top as well. So that's why I've gone ahead and rounded those corners. So I'm going to put this together, but I will fast forward. I'm going to fast forward this. So I'm going to start at the bottom. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, excuse me. So this is the bottom part, and this is the one that we scored at 1/2 inch from the top. So that 1/2 inch, excuse me, we are going to put on the top side, on the top half of, or where this little zipper pull is at, you know, the little zipper part. So we're going to glue this down, and this is going to more or less be in line with this. Okay, so we're going to glue that down, and again, your score has to be on the top part. So I'm putting that one there. And then I will put glue along this side, and then glue this down. And you just need, I'm just putting, you can of course use tape, but I am going to use glue. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this end. Okay, now as you can see, that score line right here kind of goes with this, what's going to stay open. Okay, so, and the reason we're doing that, the reason we put the score line on it is that when we do open it, this one I had to kind of fold down for it to stay open, because if it doesn't, if you don't put that score line in there, when you rip it open, it just rips up. It just opens about that much. Now, if the person, you know, pushes back on the lid, that score line will help it stay open. That's why I put a score line right there. Okay. Now, at this point, we need to make sure that we are able to reuse this, guys. This is where our tall strip comes in. Okay, what I'm going to do, and I just rounded the corners on this 1/2 inch with my corner chomper. So what I'm going to do is I am going to glue. So let me curve this just a little bit so it's not so stiff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece down all the way around. Okay, it's going to go down to the bottom all the way around. And if you cut it at 11 inches, it will fit your suitcase all the way to the edge and all the way around. Okay, guys? So it'll be just above your score lines. Okay, so what I did was, I put glue. Do not go up to this line right here, your tear line. Do not go that far up. So I went ahead and just below that line, I hope you can see this, just below that line, I did sections. I didn't do the whole thing at once. So I did sections, that way I knew that I was covering it, you know, appropriately, the way it should be. Sorry guys, I had to stop the video for just a little bit. Okay, so we are gluing this down. Okay guys, and I'm going to continue to do that, making sure I stay above that, this line right here, above that line where they're going to tear it open. Okay, so I'm going to do the round part. I'm going to put glue, and I'm just going to do that round part because I want to make sure that round part stays on there the way it's supposed to, you know, that it follows the curve. So make sure you press down and all that curve, you know, you don't have any kind of gaps for that curve. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to continue to glue this, and then I'll probably speed it up. Okay guys, so you still have your lines here, and you will be able to glue this part onto your suitcase. Okay, so I'm going to do that now, and again I will probably speed up the video. Actually, at this point we can fill it with something, and you know what, I didn't I didn't prepare anything. There are here. Okay. This is from another project. Here's that. Okay, so we have some stuff in there that we can you know, dig out once we get to that point. And this goes up. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay guys, so my suitcase is put together. I you know, it's not perfect, but I think it's pretty good. So we have our contents in there, and then the next thing we're going to do, since this is the part that flips up, we are going to put our little you know, our little thingy right here. Okay, so but before we do that, I'm going to curve it up a little bit so that this will stick up just a tad bit. And then this is going to go right there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down right there. Let me grab my glue. Let me check something. Yeah, okay. So these little tabs, I'm actually going to push down. I don't need the tabs sticking up. So I am going to put glue, and I'm just gluing the actual little tab here at the end. You put some cute little, you know, buttons or brads or I don't know, something on there to cover up those holes. Or what I would probably do is just fill them in with some gold marker. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Just color them in with some gold marker. Okay, so there is that. That is essentially your little handle. And we are going to, you know what, I didn't plug in my glue gun, so I am going to let this dry for a second while my glue gun gets hot. Okay guys, so my glue gun is hot, and we are going to take that piece that we cut, what was it, 4 inches by 1 inch, and yes, I have folded it, but the only thing I did was I put this through here, and I you know, gave it a crease, and then gave it a crease on this side. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to glue the back piece down first, because I want to get it, you know, as centered as I can. And this piece is going to allow, this extra step is going to allow the recipient to open it and close it again. Let me see. Sorry guys, I know I'm pulling it towards me, but I want to make sure that it's pretty straight. Although we're going to open this one together just to see if it worked. For this, I'm using hot glue just because it's quicker. And don't go all the way to the top, or I guess you can. But that way, if you don't, that way, you know, it can move back. Okay, so there's that piece. That piece is glued down. There we go. And then for this one, I took a couple of, you know, glue dot things from, these are from Dollar Tree. And I never know which one to put on top and which one to put on the bottom. So I'm going to put the rough side on the top. I'm going to put a little dot of glue just because I don't want it to come off. You know, sometimes they come off because that adhesive isn't strong enough. Okay, so I'm going to put it pretty close to as centered as I can. Okay, and then I'm going to put glue on the other side. I'm going to make sure that this is where I want it to be. And I'm going to put some glue there. And guys, I've never done this part. We're doing this together. Okay. So that is going to allow your recipient to open and reclose the suitcase when they do get it. Okay. So at this point, you go on and you decorate your suitcase however it is going to be. See how I didn't exactly go right to the edge? But, you know, it's handmade. It's not perfect. Okay. So we're going to see what this score line is for, and we're going to open it. I'm just going to let it sit for a couple minutes so to make sure that all the glue is dry. I'm going to unplug my glue gun so I don't burn myself, and I'll be back. Okay guys, the moment of truth has arrived. We are I have done everything I'm going to do. Of course, at this point you can decorate your suitcase and just put you know, just however you want to decorate this. This is the top, this is the back, and this is the front. We have our stuff in there. Make sure, hopefully we didn't glue anything down. I doubt it though. Okay guys, so when your recipient gets it, they will undo it from there. They will pull it out from here. Okay, excuse me. They will pull it out from there, and then they will open this up. Okay guys, so I don't know if they will open one at a time, two both at the same time. I don't know, but here is my suitcase. I will open both of them. So I don't know if this got stuck, or that's just, no, it didn't get stuck. That's just the way the preparation is. Okay, maybe it did get stuck here a little bit. It seems like there was a little bit of glue. I went a little too far up with the glue on that curve. So we do need to be careful with that. So we open it this way, and I went ahead and cut that off, just tore it off. And then we will take this one and we will open this, and I will tear it off. Okay guys, see why we put that lining in there? So that we have something to hold it up with. Okay, so now we open it up. Remember that score line, guys? There we go. That score line helps it stay open. You know, instead of it opening this far and then tearing the rest, because mine tore a little bit from the corners. So you put that score line in there, and it actually helps it open up. And here are the few little items that I threw in there. There we go. There's that. And then you have your suitcase with this stopper to where, and you know, the gluing actually didn't go bad at all. Everything really did. This is the part that that I glued on last, and it really did glue down well. Okay, so when your recipient gets it, they can close it back up, and instead of it going this way, you know, it closes but not all the way down. Okay, and then they can just re-thread that through there and close their little suitcase. Isn't that adorable? I think I am going to make some of these. Yes, it does take a little bit longer if you use wet glue, but that's my preference. You can try it with the you know, with the tear tape, or whatever tape you want to use, but I chose wet glue because that's what I wanted for this project. And just be careful when you do glue this part down, the strip, that extra strip. Just be careful that you don't come too far up, because then you will have spots like this where, although on the top, I don't know why it would have torn the paper on the top, because we didn't use glue on the top. But anyway, so there you go. Your recipient can use it. You can actually put a lining, you know, from the same paper. You can line this with the same pattern paper that you're using. That way you don't see the white when the suitcase is this way. But I didn't do that because I wanted you guys to see why we were putting that extra piece in there. Okay? All right, guys, I am pleased that it worked out. I am happy because our suitcase now becomes reusable, savable, and I really do like the way it came out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too long. I know I cut some parts out and I apologize, but it was just the gluing of the suitcase, and it took me a little bit longer because I wanted to be more precise on gluing the suitcase together so that we would have nice finished edges, although I didn't this I think is the hardest part to glue down. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and we will talk to everybody later, and have a great day, and thank you for watching.